Hello and welcome to another episode of Between the Covers. If you're watching for the first time, who am I? My name is Daniela Blechner. I'm an author, book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dream Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them to get their powerful messages and stories out there in the form of books. What better way to digest literature? On the bookshelf here are some of the 350 plus books that we've published over the last 10 years. Bar this one here, we did self-publish her book, first book in 2017, 18, I think it was. But she's got a traditional publishing deal. Author book, shout out to Ola Awanobi, the monitoring aunties. Anyway, I had to see that because I could see it just behind me there. But over the last 10 years, we have published over 350 books. I'm absolutely passionate about providing a platform for unseen, unheard authors so they can have their voices heard and stories shared, so they can educate, inspire, entertain, empower, transform for generations to come. I've been doing this show now for I think nearly 10 years. I'm taking a little bit of a break. This is my very last show as Miss Blechner, as a single woman. And next time you see me, I will be married. But anyway, if you're watching for the first time, what is this show all about? This show is about getting up close and personal between the covers with authors, people within the writing and publishing industry, to find out what goes on between the covers of creating a successful book. Now, the guest that I have today is she deserves some fire emojis going up and down here right now. Let me introduce her. She is an incredible young lady. I first met her in 2022, I think it was. She had already published 3 of her own books, doing phenomenally well. She donates all the money that she gets from the sales of her book to various charities. She's an incredible young lady. Since then, I've mentored her through the process of publishing 2 more books. This particular book that is has come out on the 10th of July and will be officially launching. Please come to a book launch on the 9th of August. It's called Linsey and the Blue Fox 2. You got to read Linsey and the Blue Fox 1 first. So who am I speaking with? I'm speaking with Sarah Kittoe. She is a 12-year-old award-winning dynamo of creativity and compassion. At just 12 years old, she is already a published author of 5 books, each bursting with heart and imagination. She's not just a writer, she is a weaver of words with a mission to make a difference. Through money raised from her books, she supports vulnerable communities such as Centrepoint, helping the homeless at her local church, West Croydon Methodist Church. Shout out to them. Her book launch will be there on the 9th of August. So through the money raised from her books, she supports vulnerable communities, ensures that her stories do not just inspire, but also create real change. Beyond writing, Sarah is a dedicated philanthropist. She has developed 2 libraries to provide access to books and learning resources for underserved communities in Ghana. Let's bring her on. Hey there, Sarah. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm great, thank you. So I recently learned that Sarah is not just a talented writer, she is a talented hula hooper. Now she's gonna mentor me through the process. It's absolutely incredible. So I've given her the challenge of answering a question whilst hula hooping. So please give us some love and support. Hello, Janet. Hey, Nasifo. So I'm going to ask you, Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself and your new book, Linsey and the Blue Fox 2. Go.
Okay. All right. So obviously my name is Sarah Kittoe and this is my new book, Linsey and the Blue Fox 2, also known as Linsey and the Blue Fox, The Way Back Home. And I'm actually so excited for this to come out in now 1 week's time. I'm just so excited. Before that, I had released 4 books before this book. My first 3 launched in around 3 years ago now, or in around like 2022 or 2021. And I wrote them when I was 7 years old. And then what else? So my books were Linsey and the Blue Fox 1, the preview to this one, and also the Friendship Hub and Other Stories. And along with that, I did a coloring book but I kind of did it in the mind of an author where instead of it just being a coloring book where they color at the back or at the back of the book, it has this place where you can imagine your own stories and make up your own new story for the world to see and to share. So yeah, that's a bit about me and my previous book. Oh wait, I nearly forgot one book, Amma and the Lost Key, which was my first book that I published with Danny. And it's all about mystery, as you can tell by the title, Lost Key, and also family and friendships, and it's just all about working together as a team and teamwork and stuff like that. So that's a bit about my previous books. And I wrote Amma and the Lost Key when I was around 10 to 11 years old. And then this is my new book, Linsey and the Blue Fox, The Way Back Home, which is about Alex, who was the main character in my last book, Linsey and the Blue Fox.
Yeah.
And it's all about Alex trying to find his way back home to his long-lost family. But they do struggle a bit because of deforestation, because they live in quite a modern era, so they're cutting down all the trees to build new skyscrapers and new houses and new land plots. But because of that, the Arctic foxes and Alex, they don't have a home anymore because that's their home, the trees. And they are challenged to find a new home and stand up for their rights for deforestation.
Wow, guys, let's give you a bit of a rest. Can we give her a massive round of that? Is the most incredible thing I've seen. That's just amazing. I couldn't even do that for 3 seconds. That was incredible. Not only did you focus so hard, like you just did it effortlessly. You went into so much detail about your previous work and your current book, all whilst hula hooping. What is the trick to hula hooping? How do you do it?
It's all about the hips, to be honest. You just
need the hips.
To keep moving. Yeah.
Keep moving. I was moving in my seat as I was watching you. It's absolutely incredible. Wow. Okay, going to read some comments here. You've got some people already saying hello. Janet's saying good evening. Hello, Janet. Janet's a fellow author, so maybe you can give us some tips later because her book is coming out at the end of the year. Very first book. Your mum's saying hello. Shout out to A to Z Childcare, which is the logo we can see in the back there from your mother. Awesome nursery. Andrew says greetings to both of you. Hello. Ali Pally says, Sarah is growing in age as an author, talking and hula hoops. Yeah, well, a lot of people have been following you from when you were very young. Hello, says Lee. Hello, Danny and Sarah says Angeline. Nice to see you, Angeline. Fantastic. So your book is coming out. You're having your book launch on the 9th of August, aren't you? Can you tell us a little bit more about your book launch first?
So my book launch is not just to mark Linsey and the Blue Fox, The Way Back Home. It's also kind of marking my 3-year anniversary from when I first released my books, because I released my first set of books on around the same day. And obviously, so it's on the 9th of August, 2025. And it's just going to be, obviously, it's going to be centered around Linsey and the Blue Fox, but there's going to be lots of different activities that you can do there, revolving around my books as well. And then you can do so much more stuff, including I'll be taking you through my other books and Linsey and the Blue Fox, The Way Back Home, and giving you kind of like the blurb, but explained more. But I'm not going to give it all away, so you can actually buy my book, and not just. And to be honest, you can't buy Linsey and the Blue Fox, The Way Back Home without buying Linsey and the Blue Fox.
So they're going to all be available, right? So
yes,
what you get to actually speak with the author herself, to not just find out about this book, but to find out about all of her books and the work that she puts in. It's so easy to see a book but not know the whole journey behind it, right? And why you do it. And why you do it is such a phenomenal reason. There's going to be lots of activities there. I'm going to be hosting it. It's going to be at West Croydon Methodist Church on the 9th of August, my very last event for a while, from 1 till 4 o'clock. Cannot wait. Please, 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 even if you can't come, tell someone who you know, and they will tell someone else, and they will tell someone else. Let's please support this phenomenal young talent. So you've already published 5 books at just 12 years old. What inspired you, first of all, even to start writing, and how did you find your voice as a young author?
So how it all started when I was so first it started in year 2. In year 2, when I was around 6 to 7 years old, I really enjoyed writing, but obviously I was in year 2, so I thought of it's just like a little story. And then when COVID started, when I was around in year 3 to year 4, I read a lot, but when I was reading, I didn't see a lot of books with people like me or people who represented me. And I thought to myself, if I'm thinking like this, if I'm feeling like this, I'm sure some other people out there are also feeling the same way I am. So I decided to put my own face and people who represented people like me into my own books, so I can really represent everyone, different diversities, different cultures in one simple book. Also, I just wanted to share my message to the world and to encourage not just older people, but also the young people, children, even babies.
Yeah.
You never know. Just to keep going. You never know where your message will end up.
And you know what? So many people need to hear that, because a lot of people do give up, regardless of age or stage. Sometimes, and I think sometimes maybe the older you get, the more things seem a bit scary. And that's why you've got youth on your side. You've got this determination and passion, and you're just so inspiring. And I love that you talk about, the importance of representation and being able to see your face in a book. And I've had a few conversations with you about this. I grew up a long time before you, not that much longer, but we didn't see any I didn't see any characters that looked like me at all. And I'm so proud to see that so much is changing and that you are a big part of that change. So yeah, can we give her a massive round of applause as well? What an amazing answer you just gave. Now, I'm remembering you 2 years ago, even at the Black British Book Festival, I think Black Book Festival, where I think you spoke, and at another event. I've seen you grow in confidence so much, starting small, getting bigger and bigger and doing more and more things. Can you feel that you've grown in confidence, and what do you think has helped that?
Yeah, maybe in the past year, I've definitely grown in confidence, not just in events, but I feel like also kind of in school, because I think another thing that helps grow, when more people start to know, oh, I want to author, it kind of gets me to grow my confidence, because it's not like I was hiding my book at first, but I wouldn't speak about it as much. But when more people, especially like if my friends are starting to talk about my book, it gets me a bit more confident. So I'm able to talk about it more. And then also just being in more events have helped grow my confidence, because if I'm only doing like one event per year, my confidence is not going to grow as much. But because I'm doing more and more and more events, especially speaking to a bigger crowd every single time, my confidence has just grown bigger and bigger.
I love that. It's like the more you do something, the more easier it gets, doesn't it? And I love that you said that when you see people being inspired by you, genuinely inspired, saying, wow, this is amazing. And, we've done storytelling workshops online, and younger people or people who are your age that I've been mentoring, who are thinking about writing a book, I get them to meet you, and they always come around so inspired, saying, oh, Sarah's brilliant and she's doing it. So it makes them think that I can do it. And it's really powerful. And so thank you for sharing your light and your confidence and your message with the world. It's really, really important. I'm really proud of you. So we've spoken a bit about your latest book, Linsey and the Blue Fox 2, A Way Back Home. Tell me a little bit more about what the inspiration behind it was, because you spoke about deforestation earlier. Some people might not know what deforestation is. So can you explain what the deeper message is? Yes, it's about friendship and everything else, but tell us a bit about deforestation.
So, the main part of it, like, on the terms of, because at first it was all about like the bond between animals and humans and pets and stuff like that, but when you go deeper into it, deforestation has a major impact on it, and it's basically just the topic when people are kind of destroying the environment, not the environment, but like especially the forest, when they're cutting down trees and they're destroying the habitats and homes for many other people. And I thought it was quite interesting to me at first, because we first started learning this also in around like year 2. My school started learning this from a very early age, so it's kind of stuck with me this whole time. And I thought, if it can be in this book and just the certain amounts of people, the right people, get to know this book, it can make a really big change in the world. Because especially now that we're suffering a lot from deforestation, not that just that, also climate change, which has a big role in deforestation as well. I think if my book gets out there properly, it'll be able to help that, because maybe for the next generation, it can empower them to see the effects of deforestation and what it could really do to our planet.
And to make change as well, isn't it? What sorts of things can people do, like the average person, do to protect the planet a bit more?
I mean, there's many things that you can do. It can start off small by maybe, because obviously deforestation is about cutting down plants, which increases the the carbon dioxide in the air, which is really bad for our health. It could just start off small by planting a small flower or even a sapling in your garden, to going as big as doing a whole campaign for like deforestation rights or climate change. It doesn't matter how big or small it is, as long as you're making like a little effort to actually help the world, it'll be fine.
And if everyone makes that small effort, think how big that ripple effect would be, right? That's brilliant. Now, I didn't actually know that blue foxes existed. Now, before we say anything, if you're watching, be honest, did you know that blue foxes, have you ever heard of an Arctic blue fox? Let's just see in the comments. Have you ever heard, it's right, isn't it, Sarah? Arctic blue fox before?
So the proper name is an Arctic fox. For example, if you go to quite cold countries like Greenland, Canada, you'll see Arctic foxes. And in some breeds, or like some genetics cause certain Arctic foxes to turn blue in much hotter seasons. Obviously, their hotter seasons is probably still quite cold, but when it gets slightly hotter or warmer, it turns their fur blue. And even some blue foxes, it's quite rare to see, but some blue foxes are quite blue all year round, but the blue color can change depending on how warm or cold it is. So it can go from a very baby light blue to quite a dark navy blue in quite warmer seasons.
Lovely. Wow. Did you know that, Alison? Oh, sorry, there's lots of comments here that I've missed. Okay, and you've got some questions. I'm going to read this out here. Your dad, hey, shout out to Albert, says, this is great, Sarah. Brilliant. Andrew says, question, what would you, Sarah, this is a good question. There's 2 questions from Andrew. What would you, Sarah, say to a child who is thinking about writing a book but is scared to take the first? Andrew, that was my last question. How did you know? Let's hear the answer. What would you say to a child who is thinking about writing a book but is scared to take the first step? Great question, Andrew.
Just go for it, because I was kind of scared at first, but I took that first step and look at where I am today. I've been on the news. I've been able to refurbish 2 libraries, and I've been able to do so much good in the world just by taking that small first step. So you can just go for it, and you never know, because you never know how far you can go in the future.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, Sarah's just said that, like, I've been on the news. She has. You've been on Sky News, I think, BBC, Ghana TV. You met Alicia Dixon on Sky TV. She said hello to you. She's one of your favorite authors. You've just been amazing. But I mean, what's been the most amazing for me personally is seeing you go to Ghana to the school and refurbish those 2 libraries and really place a heavy emphasis on they're doing good in the world and to help other young people to understand, enjoy the value of reading. It's incredible. Okay, hold on. Sarah says, Alison says, Sarah for Prime Minister, please. Thank you. You've got my vote already. You know you have. Another question from Andrew: is reading a book still seen as nerdy amongst young generations?
No, not at all. Because if you go to my school, some of the most popular people get some of the best grades. They read the most books. Obviously it varies the type of books, but usually the most popular people nowadays, some of the most popular people, you'll never know they are always reading. And it's not like they hide reading. It's like they're actually quite open about it. That's just in my school, but I feel like nowadays people aren't really seen as nerdy either way. If you get good grades and someone says, "Oh, you're getting such good grades. Oh, you're such a nerd," that's kind of seen as a compliment, because nerds are kind of seen as smart.
Yeah.
So if you're called a nerd, you're just technically just being called smart, but in a way that is tried to seem rude. But nowadays, it's not really like something.
I don't know if the word nerd's used anymore, is it? In your
No,
day?
not at all. But even if it is, it's kind of used as a compliment.
It's a compliment, isn't it?
Saying,
Well, I'm a big old nerd over here. I'm a huge nerd. Look, I've got 3-4 bookshelves and books coming out my ears. So, so get those books, Andrew. You're not a nerd. It's fine. Nasifa is giving you a clap. We've got some hearts here from Lillian, fellow author. Heartbeat of Hope, shout out. Waleed says, you superstar lady. Thanks for sharing, Albert. Yeah, nobody else knew about the Blue Fox. Not until even your mum said she didn't know until she saw your books. Lisa saying she didn't know about the Blue Fox. I mean, I learn from all my authors all the time, but I think you're one of the authors that I have learned the most from in terms of facts and the things that I just would never have thought of. Alison says, hats off to Sarah's parents who support her 100%. For Sarah to do the things she does and fly to Ghana. Yeah, I'd love to give a shout out to Albert and Z, who are the 2 of my very dear friends now. Absolutely incredible parents who just raise Sarah with such wonderful, beautiful morals and a passionate heart. You know, both your children are just phenomenal. Yeah, you are stellar parents. Janet says, you're an inspiration. Well done. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so where was I with the questions? We've spoken about deforestation a bit. So you've made quite a big impact already, okay, with your writing and charity work. How do you balance being a young author, philanthropist? I can say philanthropist now. I remember last year I couldn't say it. I've been practicing, so there's some words that I find difficult. Philanthropist and just being a normal, because you're nearly 13 now, right? Next week, right? And they So how do you balance all of these things? You know, your philanthropy work, your authoring, but also just enjoying being young.
I feel like I can't. How do I put this? So my philanthropy work and my authorship, it kind of just merges into one, because when I sell one of my books, the money, it just goes to the charities. So it kind of just merges into one. And if I'm doing an event because I'm an author, I still have to bring some philanthropy because I have to explain what I do as well.
Yeah.
And in the end, everything goes to charity. So that I kind of keep as one, and then my normal life, my school life is also one. So I feel like Saturdays, when I'm in school, Saturdays, Fridays, and the weekends are the main time I kind of dedicate to my authorship. That's why if there's an event on a Saturday, you'll probably definitely see me there. But if it's an event on a school day, you won't see me there. Unless it's like a half day and I can make it, but there's probably no chance I'll be there. But if it's holidays all week, I'm kind of free. Unless...
Well, what do you do to have fun when you're free? Well, how do you relax? And when you're not authoring or writing or philanthroping, what do you do for fun? Apart from hula hooping.
So, personally, I'm kind of always on my laptop because I feel like, so obviously I can keep up with my friends and everything, but usually I'm on my laptop doing something, anything, but I'm usually just on my laptop. But if I'm not on my laptop, I'll probably be doing some other random thing. Maybe my first week of summer holidays, I was baking. I made apple pie.
Oh, I love apple pie.
So like, if I'm not on my laptop, I'll probably be doing some other creative things, maybe baking, cooking, something.
I love that. Baking and cooking. I absolutely love baking and cooking. Okay, so tell us where the proceeds for your book this time round are going to go to. Is it still towards a homeless charity, or are you dedicated to somewhere else?
But also probably for like around next year, maybe we're setting up a foundation. Me and my sister, we're combining our businesses now to make one big company, one big foundation.
Wow.
So kind of like the library project that I did, I can do more projects such as that, and not just in Ghana, and also not just in Africa, but like all around the world. I'm starting off small with things like school and things, and my home, not my home countries, my like cultural countries, and also the UK. And then as the foundation starts to grow and grow and grow, I can maybe expand to other countries in Africa, maybe Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, because they're all still part of the UK and also Africa. And then after that, when it grows even bigger, we have more connections. We have expanded the business. We're able to make. Then we can reach out to other places that need refurbishing, and so we can just do lots of different projects out throughout the globe, especially with lots of war going on. And like when everything settles down, it would be good to like stay in contact with lots of other charities that support them. So even if I'm not physically going and doing something, I could maybe donate to another charity that we are now working close with, so I can fund maybe a new library, some food, and also like homeless packages and stuff like that, similar to what I do in Christmas. So yeah.
It's just incredible, honestly. Can I just reiterate, Sarah is 12 years old. 12 years old. Just absolutely phenomenal. You've got such a good heart, and that's also a testament to your parents, because I've seen the videos of you when you were very young. I think maybe 6 or 7. You would pack up. Your mum and dad took you out to make the packs and take them to homeless people. So it's something that's kind of embedded in you that I think is all people, not just children, all people need to think like this. I know you have a charity which I've donated to a few times, but how can people help right now? Is there any way they can donate to? How can they help now?
So currently, the only way you can truly donate is buying my books. So by buying my books, I donate the money that I get from the books, like the royalties from the books. I donate it to charity, and then once the SM Keto, like my foundation, grows and grows and grows, then I'll be able to do some more like splitting up and stuff like that. But for now, all the money when I get books from the what happened? Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened. It just glitched. No, the TV. So so for now, all the royalties from my books and my events, it goes to the charities. So yeah, that's the only way you can try.
Right, guys, can I say, in terms of buying Sarah's books, please go to her website,
sarahkittoe.co.uk.
sarahkittoe.co.uk. You can also buy it from the Conscious Dreams bookshop shop. You can also come down to the book launch and buy her book there. When you buy directly from the author, she'll make the 100% royalties there. When you're buying from Amazon, it's slim pig. It's good, but if you can buy directly from the author, it's always so much better. Okay, fantastic. We've got some comments here. Oh, Andrew, name one country you would like to visit and why. Great question.
Right now, currently, one country that I would love to visit is France, because one, I am actually studying French in school, so it would be nice to actually like do some practicing in France. And two, the food, the pastries. And 3, I think France is just like quite a beautiful country, and if I get connections in France, and also because France is also I forgot what it's called, but it's like there's this thing where if you it's kind of like a central something in France that connects kind of the whole world. So if I get connections in France, I never know where I could go with that, because it's also in the European Union as well. But I'd love to visit France.
Incredible. Comment ça va?
Pardon?
I'm trying to speak French. Comment ça va?
I'm still studying.
How are you? How are you?
Yeah,
yeah, good. It's my terrible accent, don't worry. Okay, another one from Andrew. Name one author, past or present, you would like to collaborate with. But Andrew, you should come and join me and do the interviews between the covers. These are great questions. One author, past or present, you would like to collaborate with on a book. Great question.
That's a hard question, actually. I've got to think about that. I'm going to name 2. So if I had to do one from the present, I'll probably choose Alicia Dixon, because one of my childhood book was by her. So I'd love to do like a collaboration with her. But someone from the past, probably Roald Dahl, because my year 2 class was called Dahl class, and we were always doing like stories written by him, and it was like I loved Roald Dahl books as well growing up. And
favorite?
Not my favorite. Because
do you have a favorite Roald Dahl book?
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Ah, of course, Alex the Fox. Okay, thank you there, Andrew. So Yashiba says, just left Sarah at her home to collect my copies. Oh, you've got your copies. Yay. I'll fulfill them on the website. for reviewing before Saturday. So Yashiba actually started out we started out together. I met Yashiba in 2015. I'd only just finished publishing my book, and we were both had a very first radio hosting gig at PX Book Review in Croydon. So we would interview authors. It was so much fun, obviously on the radio, so we weren't in front of the camera, asking questions. So we're doing this. This is coming up to the 10th year of interviewing authors. Absolutely love it. And Yashiba is a top reviewer, really, really thorough with her reviews. You are my elder author as I follow you from your 3 books when I was a first-time author. So proud of you, a true inspiration. Aww. Fantastic. So your mother says people can donate via her website, www.sarahkittoe.co.uk. So you can buy books and you can donate through the website directly. Oh, Andrew's got another question here. What is the one thing you would like? Great question. What is the one thing you would like your reader to get from your books?
I feel like from all of my books, I would love them to get like the message and the key motto in the whole book, but depending on which book you read, you will get kind of different messages, different mottos.
Yeah.
So it really depends, to be honest, which book, but overall, I would love them just to get the message and the key motto in my book.
Yeah, great answer. And what's great about your books is they all have key messages. You know, Amma and the Lost Key was about family, the importance of legacy, working together. It was a really clear message. It was beautifully illustrated and just beautifully written. This book is beautifully written. Its description is just lovely. This is my English teacher coming out now. The description in that book is beautiful, but your message really is so strong. And I think whether it's deforestation or something else, the message of friendship, again, working together, something that comes up a lot, and taking accountability and being responsible for our planet in, like you said, some small way or a big way. We're all capable of doing it. So yeah, fantastic. Okay, so Sarah, any past? Oh God, we've got some more things. Alison saying yes, get the message, get educated on different subjects. Exactly. So I've just posted the link to Sarah's book launch. You can get tickets at Eventbrite. They are free. There's going to be a raffle there, and as we said, all the proceeds go towards charity. And it will just be great for you to meet Sarah and just be. I've been speaking to you for 37 minutes now, and I am coming away hugely inspired, as I always am when I speak with you, Sarah. I can't emphasize enough how proud I am, how just wonderful it's been to be able to witness your journey for, I think it's 3 or 4 years now that we've known each other. Yeah. And I can see the growth in every interview and everything that you do. I want to give out a big shout out to your parents, to Z and Albert, both of you, absolutely fantastic. You can meet them there. Just a beautiful family, and Mary as well with her own business. Wow, just absolutely. And we'll be speaking more about that on next Saturday. Sarah, any final words from you that you would like people to know?
If you believe it, you can achieve it.
I like that. Fantastic. Can we all give Sarah we can give the clicky hands or the fire emoji or some hearts just to show her appreciation. You have been an absolutely amazing guest. I always love speaking with you. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week at West Croydon Methodist Church, 1 o'clock till 4 p.m. next Saturday, please. If you can make it, get yourself down there. It's going to be great. This is my last show until mid-September. Books that are coming out in August are the 4th in the Daniel and David series, The Twins Go to the Barbers. It's coming out tomorrow. And in a week's time is a beautiful poetry book, Things He Says, Life as a Boy Mum, with funny anecdotes and poems and beautiful illustrations. Can't really see them. Beautiful illustrations by Tiffany, written by Tiffany Green, illustrations by Danielle. Sarah, you are phenomenal. Stay here while I say bye to everybody. We will chat afterwards. But let's say bye to our lovely audience. Thank you, everybody, for joining. See you in September. Bye.